Okay. Then first thing, what is IRS? What are the roles and responsibilities IRS in terms of taxes? Anyone? What is IRS?
Internal Revenue Service.
Like that. Revenue service, who is controlling all the taxes. For example, I want to start a business in USA. Could be a small one with minimum 20 employees. So what my first step? I need to apply for my FEIN number. What is FEIN number? Federal Employer Identification Number. Why we need this number? Any guess? Any idea why we need this number? FEIN number. What happens if I directly go and start my own business without informing?
You would have to apply for a unique number from the government.
Right, ma'am. And also the taxes. Okay, the taxes will be federal government will track through this FEIN number. As are you paying taxes for your business? Are you paying taxes for your employees? Everything can be tracked through this a unique number which is given by the federal. Ma'am, in India also we will call it as TIN number, tax identification number. In US, we'll call it as EIN number or FEIN number. In India, TIN, tax identification number. So that with the help of this tax identification number, we will track whether company has been paying we'll forget about the profit and profit, that is financial one. Employees taxes, 100 employees are working. The 100 employees needs to pay taxes. 100 employees needs to pay taxes. Okay, how federal government will know, IRS will know all 100 employees has been paid the taxes with the help of this FEIN number. Just taking an example, CMAP. In SAP, we'll call Chalan mapping. What does it mean? So for example, in year, we have 12 months, 12 months. Okay. So for example, okay. So we have 12 months in 1 year. So every month, assume considering the semi-monthly or whatever, assume employee earning every month. Employee will pay the taxes. Employees will pay taxes, which means employer will hold certain taxes from the employee. Employer will deduct. Okay, this is the you are falling in this slab. This is the tax for this current month. I'm holding this amount, and this is your gross. After calculating your taxes, other deduction, this is our net. All the taxes every 3 months, they will pay to IRS. While they, in the sense, employers every quarter will require to pay to IRS. Whenever they're paying to IRS will ask, include the number. What is that number? FEIN number. So with the help of this number, IRS has a proof, okay, these many employees working for this employer, they are paying taxes on time, okay, with this. So that you will also know on which tax number you are paying, employer FEIN. Okay, like this every quarters, sorry. And then here, and year end. To pay, employer has to pay tax. We as employees every month we will contribute tax amount, but employer will pay to the IRS and every quarterly. And then what will receive? The month of Jan. This is the proof for us. This is the proof for us. So how much we have earned per annum, how much tax we have paid in per each quarter and also per annum. Okay, what is your total gross? What is your total net? What is your total tax? Other source of incomes, etc. Any questions, ma'am, here on tax
No.
process? Excuse me. Okay, this is the IRS rule. Now, what else configurations we have here? The first step is set up company federal tax ID. As I said, each entity, if anyone would like to start a business in USA, the federal government will give an FEIN number. So that FEIN number we need to map in this task. We need to map the federal employer identification number in this task. And then after, we will access set up company federal taxes. Here, by default, you have OASDI Medicare taxes. Here you need to select whether you're going to withhold the taxes or multiple checks or one check. What is the difference? Sometimes employee may require for off-cycle one check, another supplemental check we will tell, or regular check. Okay, so if you're paying off-cycle payment separately, then supplemental check. So those configuration. At the same time, if you would like to give exemption, if you would like to give exemption for any reason for federal taxes or state taxes, there are certain check boxes you need to select. Can one tell me any reason? Sometimes some employers may apply for exemptions. Can you give me one example? Charities, right? For instance, I'm working for a charity, and 20 hours I'm working, I'm getting very minimal amount. And this I'm doing a service, okay, a minimal amount I'm getting. So I can apply for a tax exemption. Okay, there are certain sections in IRS. If any one of the section met, okay, you can exempt for the taxes. You have to apply for tax exemptions. So that will cover in this step. It's a slight dull topic. Please bear with me. Here we will discuss. Okay. Similarly, once you map the federal tax ID, then we'll configure FUI, SUI, etc. Now, what is this FUI, SUI? We discussed federal, state. We discussed Older Savings Deposit Insurance, OSD, and Medicare. What is FUI? Anyone? FUI, SUI. Yes, ma'am. Federal Unemployment Insurance, State Unemployment Insurance. What is federal unemployment insurance and state unemployment insurance?
The employer pays it on behalf of a full-time employee,
right,
in case they become unemployed for any reason.
Exactly. If you see in this pandemic, when Mr. President Donald Trump is working, he's a president. So at that time, the entire world was hit with this COVID, affected and impacted, right? So federal government has taken a decision. If anyone lost the jobs or anyone is required or terminated with not a valid reason or bankrupt, so they can go for FUI. They can claim your unemployment insurance. Okay, we do have in India also the same thing happened. Indian government has announced if anyone, one of the family member has been impacted with this COVID or anyone has lost their job, please claim your provident fund, PF, for emergency situations. So they can apply for this FUI and continuously they can receive certain amount, subsidy checks for not more than 6 months until they'll get into a new job for regular expenses. Okay, so these taxes also we have an option exempt or non-exempt, exemption or non-exemption. Similarly, state unemployment insurance is not mandatory. Employer needs to contribute for SUI. Okay, it's up to employer's call. Employer can contribute, employee should contribute, employer also can contribute, or employer can step back. Employer has an option decision. But federal employment insurance, mandatory, employer also needs to be contribute. Okay, that amount employee can claim later if the employer run into certain critical condition issues like lost the job, bankrupt, etc. So that exemptions here, a few exemptions: old age savings deposit, insurance, Medicare. Okay, and state tax is also similar: residence tax, work tax, and also state unemployment insurances. Okay, single check, regular check, or multiple checks configurations. And if you want to exempt any employees who work in particular state, you can select the check boxes. During configuration, I will explain in detail, don't mind. It's just a overview I'm trying to, so that you will familiar with the terminology, etc. Similarly, city or local taxes. We don't have any specific task, okay? In one task only, set up state tax, example. Sorry, internet is slow. So in one task, we can configure state tax and also local tax. Okay, state tax you can configure, local tax also you can configure one task. For example, Illinois. So of course, during configuration, I will explain. So here we'll add the add row based on how many states we are operating the business.